how's it going, guys? So sorry for going a little bit MIA on you guys. Just the holiday season gets really busy, and I had family over, and like I had my kid over, so we were bonding. We were playing with like the stuff that he got, so it's just my bad. I know I was supposed to do this giveaway announcement yesterday, but I'm gonna do it for you guys today. And today I have a little bit more downtime. He ended up going to his mom's house, so that was cool. So it gives me a little bit of time to get some things done. So yeah. So with that said, let's get into the giveaway of the 7th day of Christmas. For those of you wondering, like, hey, why is he outside? Because the lighting's better. It's like I have really bad lighting inside my house right now. So like usually, so for those of you that are trying to figure out like where I do it, I don't care. Like, you guys can bash me in the comments if you want. It doesn't really matter to me. So if you can see right there, that window is in my kitchen. So I use the light that comes in this way. Boom. And I usually do most of my videos when I'm standing in front of you. I do them in the kitchen, because I have like super awesome lighting there. I have really like bad lighting in my room. My room's over there somewhere. So yeah. So that's why I stopped doing videos in my room, for that reason. But yeah, so now you guys know. So if you guys are wondering like, why is he outside? Like, why you can hear the wilderness and stuff. That's why. Okay. Anyways, let's get into this giveaway winner. Alright guys, I'm sorry if it looks a little janky. I am outside, so yeah. So this is Gleam. This is the website I use for the giveaways. We're gonna go here and draw us a winner. We're gonna put allow repeat winners, so there's potentially 17 of you. Okay. I know that the last giveaway Andrew Nugent won it, and Andrew Nugent wins like all the giveaways. Dude's just on it, guys. Like, all you gotta do is be subscribed to the channel. That's it. Or like go to the Facebook, or just watch my stuff. I guess he watches my stuff religiously, because he's like always winning. So yeah, so just be on it, guys. But yeah, anyways, that's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, so let's draw us a winner. Okay. Whoo. I was about to say like, really, Andrew Nugent again, but no. So Straight Kill 76. You're out in Whittier, which is not that far from where I'm at, so that's pretty good. I'll email you shortly. You'll get an email from me. Just send me your information. I'll send this out to you. Thanks, man, for subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. So, and especially someone from California, from my hometown. It means, or like, not my hometown, because my hometown's the valley. But yeah, but you're from Whittier, which is like, you're like an hour away. Whatever, man. But you know what I'm saying. Anyways, thanks, man, for subscribing to the channel. So that's our giveaway winner right there. Alright guys, so that was the winner right there. Alright, so the only thing that I have to talk about is trading. Someone on the channel, or someone on the comments the other video said, hey, let's talk about trading. What are some tips, some strategies? That's all I have, and that's what we're gonna talk about. How long are we gonna talk about it? I don't know. So just brace yourself. Be prepared. I don't have a script. I'm not saying anything that's rehearsed or anything like. It's just off the top of my head. So yeah, I wasn't even expecting to do a video today. I was actually gonna spend some more time with my kid, but he ended up going with mom, so I decided to give you guys some FaceTime. But yeah, anyways, all right. So trading. Where do I start? Your best bet. Okay. Where can I begin? Okay, so if you're trading at locals with another individual, you want to have some type of pricing device, or like a pricing website. So I'm going to show you on my phone. On my phone, I have TCG Player. It's an app. They just made it too. It's really easy to use. So you click in here, it shows you some holiday stuff. It has a screen so you can scan cards. It's not working. It hasn't worked since it came out. That's all I gotta say about that. It does lag, as you can see. I'm trying to show you guys what it does, but even that doesn't let me do it. So let's go back here. So here you see enter card, add card manually. Gives you a little search. we're gonna type in Tapu Lele, and it gives us the different like regular art, full art, and secret. So we're gonna go into regular art. It's added to our cart, so it shows it back down there. And it's priced at 38 bucks. So like you can kind of guesstimate or kind of like evaluate. It's $38. So you can say 38, 40, 35, wherever you feel comfortable valuing your card. So let's say the Tapu Lele is your card, right? And someone has something you want. Someone has, let's see, what's something mildly expensive but multiples of. I'm thinking. Buzzword. Buzzword's something that's being talked about. People know what it is. So yeah, okay. So someone has Buzzwords and you want them, and they have full arts. So let's look that up, because off the top of my head I don't know the value of those cards. So we have Buzzword. We have Buzzword GX, and let's say they have a full art. Okay, so the full art is $15, and let's say they have two, right? So they have two. That's 30. That's 30 bucks. 30 bucks to your 35, right? So there's a $5 like discrepancy. Or let's say you value it at 40. Like say you value it at 40. Okay, so it's 40. So there's a $10 discrepancy, right? Like a $10 like difference. At that point, it depends on who this person is. Okay, so that's also something you want to also consider when you're trading with people. You want to trade with people that you know. People like I started with this statement or this comment, I guess. You want to be trading with people that you know, people that you can trust. I will say it now, and I have said it before. There's some people out there that they're bad. They're not okay. They just do bad stuff for the channel, and I'm not okay with it. Sorry, all right. The lights in my eyes. Sorry, it's getting way too bright. That's why I don't like California. I'm just saying. For those of you that like know me, you guys know that I really don't like California, and it's for that, because it's always hot. Always. Like, I got to wear my sweaters 5 days this year, you know, because it's always hot. Like, I know there's other places where it's like always hot and it's like 100 and something degrees. I get it, but I want cold. I want rain. I want to be able to wear like boots. I want to be able to like put on like a sweater or a hoodie. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I went off topic. Sorry, let me get back. All right, so you want to trade with people that you know, people from locals. So that's when the $5-10 discrepancy, you're like, oh, you know what, it's cool. That's what I do. But I do it all the time. It's not even locals. Just like if I know you from the community and I know that you're not a scumbag and you're not a bad person, then I just give it to you. Like I don't care if it's $1, $3, $5. It's fine. If it's 10 or more, then I'm like, I need those monies. Or if I'm low on cash, like you guys have to understand too. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about it. Let me stick to topic of just friendlies, and then let me talk to you about the vendor perspective, because I also have that perspective as well. So let's stay on topic. Okay. So if it's someone from local, someone you know, you can just be like, hey, you know what? There's like a $5-10 difference. Just next time you have something that I want, just, you know, hook me up, or just be like, it's okay, or just ask him for the $5-10 difference. Just be like, hey, you know what? My card's worth 40, or I value my card at 40. Your cards are at 15. I value your cards, or do you value your cards at 15? You also want to be considerate. You don't want to be like, hey, you know what? I value your cards at $10, because then you're being a jerk. And you don't want to do that. You want to be as fair as possible. And that's something I have to talk about that this community does well. This community is very, very fair. When it comes to like talking about prices and trading, I've seen people, friendly people obviously, they'll trade like a Tapu Lele because they don't need it, but they need like something else. They need like, back when computer search was like $20. I need a computer search. So people were trading like a computer search for a Lele. No one knew that they were gonna spike. No one knew that Lele was gonna drop, or was gonna spike and then drop again. Like no one knew that. People were just like, hey, you need this old card. I have this old card. Here's this old card. Give me that new card, because I need that new card. That's how the community is, and it still kind of is. It's just getting a little more. It's harder to trade amongst people, because people get ripped off, or they start like realizing that there's some really bad people out there, and they start losing trust. And that's what kind of jerks. I'm like, I'm talking. Rude. Yeah. It's also another reason why I don't like being outside, because, like, planes. Yeah. And just, who needs them? No, I'm just kidding. I use them all the time to travel, so I shouldn't be saying that. But yeah, people lose trust, so then people don't feel comfortable trading with other people, and then, like, it starts, like, people start relying on vendors, which is okay. Like, I'm not saying, like, hey, don't rely on the vendors, don't give your stuff to the vendors. Like, absolutely give your stuff to the vendors, because, like, me personally, so now we're gonna switch and talk about the vendors just slightly, and then we'll come back. Don't worry, we're gonna be here for a while. I can talk about this topic all day, and someone asked about it, so we're gonna talk about it all day. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about it for a good minute, and then after that we're done. Get the camera out of my face. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I'm not saying don't give your stuff to the vendors. The vendors are great people. Like, most, you know what? Most of the vendors that I know, so the vendors coming out of California, that are actual vendors, not just like, oh, I'm a vendor, like, no, like, no. And you know who you are, and if you're still watching my stuff, you know that I'm talking about you, okay? You're not a vendor, okay? Just because you work for a store or an entity or someone that is an actual vendor doesn't make you a vendor. You're not affiliated, okay? It doesn't work like that. Or it's like, oh, I'm an honorary vendor. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to have a license. You have to pay taxes on it, okay? You have to have the rapport. That's how it works, all right? You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are, right? If you're watching this, yeah, I know what's up, okay? Come at me sideways, I'll come at you sideways. There you go. Oh my god, the thug in me came out. Oh, it's so bad. Sorry, when I talk about stuff like that, I'm not okay with it. I'm really not okay with it. I hate it when people do that. When I see it, oh, best believe that I get involved, and I'm like, no, stop your shenanigans. Not here. You leave them alone. You want to go rip off people, go do it somewhere else. Don't do it here, not while I'm around. But yeah, anyways, I'm not saying don't trust your vendors, okay? Trust your vendors, because there are some vendors that are cool, some that are really nice. Example right here. Yeah, sometimes I sell items for $1. Like, I'll sell Ultra Balls for $1 because they're $1. Like, I probably paid 25 cents to 50 cents on them, but I need to make something. I need to make some type of profit, you know? Like, some people will bash me. They're like, well, it's like 63 cents on TCG Player. Like, can I pay the 63 cents? It's like, yeah, let me pull out change from my imaginary pocket. No, I don't have a change. That's why I just round up. And if you're kind of like crying over, like, what is it, 27 cents? Is it 27 cents? No, it's 37 cents. If you're crying over 37 cents, then you know what? It's okay. Cry. Like, simple as that. But in other cases, like, people come up to me, they're like, hey, like, I need that card, and all I have is $1. And it's like, you know what? Here you go. Here's this card that you asked for. It's alright. Just give me the $1 because you need it for this big tournament, or you need it for something that's important. I don't mind. I don't sweat it. I don't give you a hard time about it. I don't tell you, like, oh, well, give me $1 now, and you have to give me $1 later, and I want my $1, and then I'm not gonna harass you over $1. Like, but you'll harass me over 30 cents? Like, come on. I don't know about that, but yeah. You know who I'm talking about too. So, yeah, that's right. I said it, and what? That's pretty much it. Like, that's not pretty much it. That's pretty much it for that subject. But, like, when you deal with vendors, you have to understand they have to make a profit somehow. Obviously, some vendors are nicer than others. Like me, I pay 60, sometimes 70%. Like, yeah, I'm only making 30%. I'm only making like 40%. It's still profit. It's still look, the way that I look at it is I'm paying $5 to make $7. I'm up $2. I'm still up $2. Like, I rather make $2 than be up no dollars. That's how I look at it. Some people don't look at it that way. That's their problem. I'm not gonna sit here and tell the vendors how to do their job. They make money however they want to make money. Okay. I, on the other hand, I pay higher because I rather get satisfaction from getting something for someone that needs it, you know? I'm not here like, yeah, I just made like $30 off of this person. Like, no, I look at it more like, you know what? I just helped out this person to build their deck, and they're happy, you know? Whatever it is, if they're whatever nonsense they're trying to build, it's their creation. It's their deck that they want to build, and I'm helping them to build it. and that's simple as that. So with vendors, like, yeah, you can give them a hard time because some vendors, like most vendors, they pay 50%. So if your cards, so let's talk about Tapulere. It's worth, they're gonna round down. So it's at 30, was it 38? So it's 35. They'll pay you 50% of that. So they're gonna pay you like 17, maybe because it's a sought after card. They'll pay you $20 on it, maybe. Well, depends on the vendor, but yeah. So, but don't give them a hard time. Don't, like, this is something I also have to talk about because I used to be like a vendor, like not a walk around vendor, which I am now, which I used to be back in the day. So the two types of vendors, there's a walk around vendor. That's a vendor that has a backpack, has 2 or 3 or 4 folders. They'll walk around and they'll be like, hey, anybody looking for trades? Anyone trying to build something? Do you guys need this? Do you guys need that? And people will pick and choose, and he'll supply the masses, you know. And there's vendors that they'll charge high, and there's vendors that charge, you know, decent. So, but yeah, but then there's the in-shop vendors, like the vendor, like if you go to a store, like like, I'm not gonna mention names, but just if you go to a store, obviously you have to understand they have to pay you less because they have to pay for more. It's not like me. Like, yeah, I pay taxes and everything on all the stuff that I buy, but not cards, not like singles. I have to pay taxes on boxes, on cases, on sleeves, on deck boxes, on special kits, special that. Like, I pay taxes on that stuff, but singles I don't. So singles, it's 100% profit for me, like off of what I'm making. A storefront or storefront vendor, they don't get that luxury because they have to pay taxes on everything they have. They have to claim a certain amount of stuff in store, but on top of that, they have to pay employees, they have to pay for lights, they have to pay for rent, and all that stuff gets taken into consideration. So yeah, they're paying you 50% on your card, and yeah, it kind of seems unfair because you're like, man, like there's people out there that pay 60-70%, like your boy PokemonHero. But you also have to understand, like, vendors from a storefront, they have to pay for everything else. They have to pay for a bunch of extra stuff. So yeah, sorry, my phone. So this thing right here. See, it froze too. Yeah, it froze. Anyways, it told me it disconnected, so I freaked out. Thought my camera turned off for whatever reason. I was like, no, I was on a good rant. But yeah, you have to understand that they have to pay for other things, so they can't pay you high. I'm sorry. I have been to some stores, so I can say this because it's a fact. It's not just like I'm talking them up. They're not even like next door to me. They're like all the way in who knows where. Top Deck Keep, or yeah, is that, or Deck Top Keep? No, Top Deck Keep. Whatever, the store in Riverside. They pay 60%. They'll straight up pay you 60%, and they don't value their cards really high. It's not, they round down. So they have the same mentality that I do. So I pay 60-70%, but then I value my cards a little lower based on the cards, obviously. So yeah, so that's their mentality, and that's smart because then they always have cards. They always bring stuff in. They're swapping stuff out. I just from the one day that I was there for the League Cup, I just saw people always at the counter. They were always buying something, and it wasn't just snacks. They always walked away with cards, and it kind of like when you walk into McDonald's, like people just buying stuff all the time. It was kind of like that, and then I started asking around. It's like, hey, what percentage you guys pay on cards? They're like 60-70%, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I asked for cards. I asked for ends. Ends are like four, like borderline $4. Like they're up there, and I was like, how much are ends? They're like $2. Well, $3, but then they're like, for you, $2, you know, because for whatever reason they wanted to hook me up, and they did. And I was like, you know what, you don't have to, I'll pay the $3. No, it's cool, we got you. And I was like, I would have said the same thing, like legit. Like that's what I say most of the time. I was like, hey, because I was buying a couple, I didn't just buy one end. Asked them how many they had 5. I had people asking for ends, so I was like, let me buy all your ends. They're like, all right, how much are they? They're $3, but for you, $2, so just give us $10. And I was like, whoa, really? They're like, yeah, it's cool, don't worry about it, don't sweat it. And I was like, damn, like I actually liked that. And this isn't the reason why I'm talking them up. It's not because, oh, they saved me like, what is it, $5. Like, I'm not. It's not because of that. I'm just talking them up because they have the same mentality that I do. Make someone happy, and then it'll pay out in the end. And yeah, I am talking about them now. I don't know how many of you in Riverside watch my stuff, and I don't know if this is gonna cause them to have more traffic. But if it does, you're welcome. You know, I didn't do it intentionally. It's not like I'm telling, hey guys, this is the shop to go to, blah blah. No, I'm just telling you my story. And if for some reason my story makes you go there, then more power to them, you know, because that it wasn't intentionally what I was trying to do, but that's what I was trying to do, you know, trying to give back to them for them helping me out. But in all retrospect, it's not even in all retrospect, it's not even for them giving back to me. It's just for them being cool and having the same mentality that I do, you know, because that's really what it comes down to. So yeah, so always have an app for vendors too. People, not like if you're an official vendor, great. But if you're trying to be one of those like hustling vendors, because I used to be a hustling vendor. I used to not have a license. I used to just walk around and be like, hey, let me buy some of your stuff. I'll hook you up if you need some stuff. And I was doing that. I have no problem with that. That's okay too. The issue I have. Every time we talk about this subject, I know who I'm talking about, and I hope that, well, I know some of you know who I'm talking about, and like I don't like it. I really don't. It bugs me, guys. It really does. Look, I get it. You're trying to hustle and stuff. Cool, do it. Just don't rip off people. Like, don't be shady. Like, it's just wrong. Like, it really is. Like, what do you? Why must you do that? Like, I can say certain things that I shouldn't say, which I'm not going to say, because then it might even reveal who I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to put them on blast. I'm not trying to like say like, hey, this is who it is. Like, no, you know who you are, and it just doesn't sit well with me. It's not. I'm not okay with it. All right, I really am not. So yeah, but yeah. So if you're out there and you're trying to hustle and grind the correct way, you're going up to someone and be like, hey, you know what, I'm not, don't say you're a vendor, because then it kind of looks wrong, but just be like, hey, you know what, I want to buy some of your cards for 60-70%, or be honest with them, be like, hey, you know what, I want to buy some of your cards for 50%. This is what I do for a living. Okay, I'm buying stuff and I sell stuff. Okay, if you ever need something, or do you want to take a look at what I have, if you need something, go ahead. And that's also something else I want to talk about. So let's talk about strategies. All right, so yeah, you guys thought you were done. Now we're gonna be here for a good minute. You guys ain't going nowhere. All right, let's talk strategies. So I'm gonna talk to you from a vendor's perspective, because that's the best way of doing it. So yeah, and I might create some very, very very, very malicious people. It's not being malicious, it's just the way that you come at people, and just because of that, you can kind of position yourself in a better spot. So yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, this is what I do. This is how I position myself, where I can kind of not take an advantage, but I'm very upfront when I do all my stuff. So yeah, anyway, so let's talk about it. Okay, so what I do is I come up to you and I go, hey, my name's David. Now you may know me as Pokemon Hero. I might not even drop the Pokemon Hero name. I just say, hey, do you have trades? They're like, yeah, cool. Hand them a binder. Okay, so I hand them a binder, and I sometimes look at their binder. I kind of skim through it, but I'm not really concentrating, because I don't want to really go through their binder and be like, oh, I want all this stuff, and then they look through my stuff, they're like, I'm not interested, and then when you drop the like, hey, can I buy some stuff off for you, and then you tell them I'm paying 60-70%, which is more than the vendors, let me buy some stuff off of you, even then they'll still be like, nah, it's okay, because Pokemon people, they just want to trade. They're not really into like, let me sell my stuff. That's also another thing. So okay, so let me break down the strategy. So I hand them a binder, they go through it, they're like, oh, I want this, that's that's really cool, oh my god, you have one of these. So based off of their responses, okay, so this is how it starts getting psychological. Based off the responses, you know what cards they want. So if they go like, oh, you have one of these, they're not really interested. They're just like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know. That's pretty much the lingo that they're saying. If they're like, oh, I want this, it's not that they need it, it's that they want it. So that means that gets more priority. when they go like, oh my god, you have this thing, that's awesome, and they pull it out because they want it, that means that's high priority. That the more wows and oh my god, like, oh, like they get really excited, you just have to pay attention to them. It becomes like kind of a chess game. That's how I look at it. Everyone looks at it differently, but that's just how I look at it. So yeah, so then at that point I know what I have and what leverage I have, you know, what I can use to kind of be like, okay, let's make a deal. So then I look at the cards, I add up their value, I hopefully know the value of my cards off the top of my head. I usually on the back of the card, so this is the front, this is the back, they're in a sleeve. Obviously I'm not gonna write on the card directly, that'd be very of me. So on the sleeve I write the price of it, so that way no one's like, look, I'm not big on like overvaluing my cards. Like I told you guys, like if it's 35 bucks on TCG Player, if it's 40 bucks on TCG Player, that's what it is. I'm not gonna be like, oh, like this $5 card is 40 bucks because you really want it. No, I don't do that. What it is, it's what it says is what it is, and that's pretty much the bottom line. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like, you know, swindle people. That's not right. I'm not okay with that. So yeah. Anyways, so they pull out these cards, I add them up, and I'm like, okay, so I have a number in my head. Okay, now once I have that number, I look at their stuff and I'm like, okay, like, look, I need to get your stuff, but I'm gonna give you, at that point I give them 70-80% because we're trading. I still need to make a profit. Like even if it's $1, $2, whatever it is, I still need to make some profit, because I'm trying to live off of this. Like I live off of trading. Well, I used to. I don't trade as much now because I'm trying to go competitive. I'm concentrating more on like playing the game, like on strategies and stuff like that, and I'm also concentrating on the channel, so I don't have time to trade. I don't have time to go pick up deals. People do hit me up, they know that I'm the vendor of the 818 of the Valley. They know they can hit me up and be like, hey, like I have some stuff, I can't do anything with it, can you buy it off of me? If I have money at the time, absolutely, I'll buy all your stuff and then I'll just move it, I'll give it to somebody that can use it or someone that needs it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So when it comes to that, I tell them like, okay, so you want these cards, you have these cards, I normally pay 60-70% for you, I'm gonna pay 70-80%, I'm gonna pay you a little bit more because we're trading, because you're taking cards off of me. Okay, is that okay? Is that something you can do? If they say no, then at that point, if I really need these cards for like someone else, so I know that I'm gonna pick these up to give them to someone else and they're gonna give me money. So usually it's at a convention, or if it's like nearby or whatever, there's someone at another locals ask me for cards and they're like, I need these specific cards and I don't have them, so I have to acquire them. Then when it comes to that, I give them a little bit more priority and I say, okay, you know what, sure, you know what, trade for trade. Obviously I'm still profiting because I'm getting these cards, which I'm going to exchange immediately for funds, so I'm okay with that. Obviously if the person is a jerk and they're like, no, I don't want to, and they start overvaluing their cards and stuff like that, you don't have to trade with them. You don't have to. And I'm gonna say that very clearly. Do not trade with them. Okay, they're jerks, they're dumb, they don't know, then leave them alone. Okay, and I'm gonna give an example of someone back when Shiny Legends come out. Some Shiny Legends came out and someone had a Raichu, and I had people asking for Raichus, so I was like, okay, hey, let me get that Raichu off of you. They're like, okay, cool. I was like, alright, the value of your Raichu is like $6 to $8, and they're like, alright. And I was like, okay, cool, what do you need? And they're like, oh, I need gold grass energies. And I was like, okay, how many do you want? He's like, oh, I need like 16 to 12 of them. And I was like, okay, well, what else you got? And they're like, well, I have a shiny Arceus. I was like, alright, cool, shiny Arceus is like $10. And I was like, you're at 16, so I can give you one green energy, one grass energy for your Raichu and your Arceus. And obviously, like I told them, like I have to make some profit. They're like, well, how about just the Raichu for one grass energy? And I was like, no, like your Raichu's worth like $6 to $8, and my grass energy is worth $14, $16. Like that's, do you see the difference there? He's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna try to trade someone for a grass energy. And I was like, okay. Like legit, that was the conversation I had with this person, and they were like set on stone. And it's hilarious. because now like I see them because they're from locals. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but yeah, they're from locals. I go to 2 or 3 locals, 2 that people know of, 1 that I'm keeping on the down low. I'm not trying to like burn this place out. Anyways, so I go to 3 places, and this person still goes there, and I look at the binder every once in a while because they try to look at mine and try to trade, and I look at their stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, that Raichu's still there. But they try to trade it, and they tell me, they're like, hey, do you still want my Raichu? And I was like, nah, I'm okay. Because I already traded. I already got it from someone else, and I gave it to people who needed it. And you know, the point of the matter is just try to make everyone happy, pretty much. But yeah, but you can't make everyone happy because you have those people that ruin that, or that ruin your mood to make people happy. So yeah, so that's why also some other times, like if you try to get something off of me, and yeah, it's like $250 and I tell you, or it's $233 and I tell you it's $250, and you're like, hey, like let me get it for $2. And if I tell you no, just take it as no. Don't get booty hurt. Don't get like mad. Don't come at me sideways. Like don't do that. Just be like, okay, like he doesn't want to do it, then just pay me the $250. Or if not, get it somewhere else. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like argue with you. I'm just gonna tell you like this is what it is. Okay, you don't buy it, I'm stuck with it. I don't care. It does not like, oh my god, like I really needed to sell that card to like, I don't know, buy a taco or something. I don't know. I can't give you an example, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, bottom line. So have some type of knowledge of prices of cards. That's the best thing I can tell you. Not having knowledge of cards not only helps you get better trades or make fair trades, but it also helps you not getting like ripped off or someone shafting you or whatever because you didn't know your prices, right? So that's 1. 2, just be cool. Like don't be a jerk. Don't be like, oh well, now I know what I need to do, now I know my prices, or now I know like what David does, like I'm gonna go swindle people. Don't do that. I don't even do it. I don't like swindling people. Like I feel bad when people get swindled. It sucks. And like I used to take pride in it. I used to be like, yeah, like I just ripped this person out. Like I used to be that guy when I was part of the Yu-Gi-Oh community. That's right. I said it. The Yu-Gi-Oh community sucks, right? So I used to do it when I was part of that community, but I don't do it now. Like I don't like doing it. I like being upfront, and most people, they know. They're like, hey, you know what? He's gonna pay me 60-70%, but later on he's gonna hook me up when I buy stuff off of him. When I buy like a bunch of stuff, he's just gonna throw extra stuff my way, and that's what I do sometimes. Like you come at me, you buy some stuff, or you're constantly buying stuff, and you're like, hey, like I'm trying to build this deck, and if I have those extra cards, and yeah, they're worth like $5, $10, maybe even $20, I'll give them to you. I don't care. Like, and then you're like, oh my god, like really, like no, like let me pay you. Like no, it's cool. Like you're like a valued customer, and I'm trying to take care of you. So yeah, so that's also something also that you kind of want to build rapport. You want to be cool, right? You don't want to be known as like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, like no, don't, because there's people in the Pokemon community that are those guys. They're like, oh, like it's that guy. No, you don't want to be that guy, all right? Because then you can't trade. You can't even trade, right? Because then you have such a bad rep. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So know your stuff, or have something that can assist you with knowing your stuff. Be cool, be fair. Treat your vendors with respect. Don't be jerks to them. Okay, because I have seen some of you act out on vendors, and I'm not okay with that either. I'll come up to you and I'll tell you that too. Okay, respect the vendors. The vendors are there to make a living and also to help you out. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much wraps it up. I don't know what else I can talk about. Oh wait, I do have one more thing. Trading online. Okay, see, I almost forgot, because I was just talking about like face to face, in person, like, oh, I see you at a shop and stuff like that, but I forgot people trade online. People trade like on Burbank and stuff, and like they trade like big things too. They're trading like a bunch of, like, they're selling like whole decks and stuff like that, or sets of things. Like, okay, so let's talk about that. Maybe some of you just buy a bunch of packs and you get a bunch of cards and you have a bunch of stuff and you don't know where to take it, or you don't have a shop to take it to, or you don't have your friendly neighborhood vendor to come through your house and pick it up. That's right, I make pickups. I come to your house, I pick stuff up, and I hand you money. I just toss it to you. But yeah, that's what I do. If you guys don't even know, like, the people from here, the people from like California. Like, it's not even like I don't even just stay in my area. Like, I'll go far. I'll drive like an hour to pick stuff up, and I'll hand you some money, and I won't charge you a delivery fee. I won't charge you any of that. I just, you know what? You're lucky. I'm in your area. Here's some money. There you go. You're welcome. Like, you don't even know how good you have it. All right. And I'm saying it like this because some of you guys turn around and you treat me like something else, and then I'm like, okay, like, be a jerk, and I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna take care of you. Simple as that. Some other people, they don't have that benefit. They don't have the benefit of someone being like, hey, I'm here to pick up the stuff. Let's go. Like, here's some money. Like, no delivery fee. They don't have that. They have to. They're in the middle of nowhere, but yet they have like a Target or a Walmart down their street. They're picking up cards, and they get like this really awesome card, but they don't need it. They don't want it, but they need the money. So then they're like, you know what? I'm gonna sell it. So let's talk about selling online. Okay, so when you sell online, if you're selling, okay, send tracking. Why? And this works both ways. If you're buying, tell them to send tracking. All right. Now, so this is a two-way street. Okay, make sure you guys remember that. Tracking, it saves you money, it saves them money, and it's an amazing headache saver, right? Tracking, why? Because some people out there are really, really bad people, and they'll be like, yeah, I sent you your card. I sent it like 3 days ago, or a month ago, 10 months ago. I don't know why you haven't gotten your stuff yet. And they never sent it. They just ripped you off. They came up on like 40, 50, 100, 300 bucks, whatever it is. You know, tracking, very important. Same thing, vice versa. If you're buying stuff, if they're gonna say, oh, before you send any money, do not do friends and family. Okay, if you don't know who they are, you feel this bad vibe, don't do friends and family, because then it's really hard to get it back from PayPal if that's the method of payment you're trying to use. I'm just telling you from personal experience. I've lost money to people that are jerks, and then I found them at a convention, and then I made sure they weren't jerks anymore. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I can't go into details as much as I want to, because then I'll get demonetized. I really will. Like, it's bad. But yeah, just don't cross me. Don't cross me. If you've been talking smack about me behind my back or in front of my face, like, some of you are brave enough to say it in front of my face, and then you know what? I give you some mercy, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You're pretty brave to like say that to my face. You know what? I'm gonna let it slide, and we're cool moving forward. But just know that's not wise. So yeah, and those of you talking smack behind my back, oh, best believe I'm coming. And when I come, oh, best believe we're gonna have a good time. But yeah. Anyways, so tracking. Always ask for tracking. Always provide tracking. Why? Because you don't want to get ripped off. Second of all, don't do international. Like, I feel bad saying this, but I'm not okay with it. I don't like doing stuff international. When I do trades, no internationals. Maybe Canada, but Canada is kind of iffy sometimes too, because I've been swindled by Canadians too. Even though they're so nice in person, like, I've met Canadians and they're such humble people, but there's those few that are not, and they're jerks. And you're lucky I don't go to Canada as often, because if not, then we'd squirt away. But yeah, you guys just don't know. Anyways. All right, so tracking, very important. Also, don't international, like, if you're sending overseas to London and stuff like that, big red flag. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, it sounds really messed up that I'm gonna say it like this, but down south, like, there's some really nice people down south, like in Mexico, South America, Central America, all that other good stuff. But a majority of them, they're kind of like, yeah. So also be wary of that. What else? That's pretty much it. And also just try to be fair. Like, I can't sweat it enough. But yeah, I think that's it. That covers everything. Covers friendlies, I guess, like just you and someone at locals, or you and just a regular person, and doing like a fair trade. I've covered vendors, those of you that aren't, even if you're not an official vendor, but you're trying to make a living off of like selling and buying cards. there it is. I talked about that. Online stuff, like I said, tracking, that's the footnote, tracking. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. That I'm gonna wrap it up here. Like I think that's enough. If you guys wanted, if you guys feel like I didn't talk about something, or you guys want me to talk about something else, there's a comment section. Use it. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. I got nothing else. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope whoever this is for, I know I should have checked the comments, but I don't know. One of you asked for this, and there you go. You're welcome. You ask, and Pokemon Hero provides. So yeah, there you go. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to share the video for anybody that wants some trading tips. Guys, feel free to message me on Instagram. Yeah, you can drop some stuff in the comments and we can talk about that stuff. But if you want to talk more details, or you have questions, like very specific questions, hit me up on Instagram. We'll talk there. I'll even like video chat you or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm very chill when it comes to this stuff. I'll talk to you guys about anything, and I'll try to guide you in the right direction. But yeah, so yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I know I said that I was gonna do another giveaway on the 25th, but it's the 26th today, so I couldn't do it in the 25th, because then that means I have to go back in time. And yeah, I can do it today moving forward, but I don't want to do that either, so we're gonna save it for the new year. Okay, and if I lose subscribers, okay, whatever, it's fine. Not just kidding. Like, please don't go. I was kidding, it's a joke. But yeah, yeah, I have something for you guys, and it's good. Like, no, we're not doing the comment thing again. Like, that was a one-time gig, and like it was cool, but I don't know, I feel like I failed you guys on that. But yeah, which reminds me, oh, good thing I talked about it. Whoever won that giveaway, the second giveaway, I'm gonna comment, I'm gonna reply to your comment and see if I can get you to kind of like respond. But also, if you watch this, then you'll probably respond as well. Send me a message on Instagram, right? Just send me a message on YouTube telling me, hey, look out for this, and then on Instagram, obviously I'll see that it's you, and then I'll be able to figure out how to get the deck box, the X and Y collection deck box, the End of Midnight one. So yeah, I'll get that out to you. But yeah, that's it. That wraps it up, guys. I'll give you guys another giveaway at the end of the year. I have something for you guys, and it's good. It's real good. I kind of have to thank Fire and Dice for it, kind of, sort of. But yeah, we'll talk about it when that day comes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys heard me, because the plane did pass by, because you know, planes are rude. They just don't care. They just zoom by. But yeah, anyways, that wraps it up for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.